How do they build the Great Pyramid of Giza? I think that AI will never have that emotional connection for you. These are abilities that we have within us that we haven't even begun to explore yet.
WOWJ.
My favorite part of that Billy said is that if we had this restructuring of our perspectives of humanity, and I mean, who knows when we're actually going to be able to get to that place where the conscious viewpoint and the consciousness itself does that shift in the planet where everyone all of a sudden, we view ourselves differently and we're like, oh wow, I'm a powerful, being of the universe, so I shouldn't be, working at a toll booth or, working at a fast food place. Those burdens, I love the idea of AI doing that because we shouldn't be doing tasks like that. We shouldn't. There are things that humans need to do that AI will never, ever be able to do. Like, I think sitting down and having just a very important conversation or something like that. I think that AI will never have that emotional connection for you to feel like you're talking to someone that like a psychologist or something like that. There will always be jobs that we have to do, right? But those things that we don't need to do, they're going to free us to actually fulfill greater lives. So that's a great thing. And I feel like that's the most positive spin I want to put on AI in terms of this. Now, here's my biggest concern of all. Now, this didn't come up yet. Now, if we looking in what the ancients said about us, when you look into all the abilities that supposedly we have hidden within us, right? Like, how did they build the Great Pyramid of Giza? 2.5 million gigantic blocks, various different sizes, averaging about 6 to 10, tons each. How did they build that? Well, we know it wasn't doing with cranes and some kind of, I don't believe with cranes or some kind of technology. Really seems more like they were using some kind of like a levitation or some kind of an aspect of using their mind and harmonics with voice to do those things, right? Well, that's not tech. That's something kind of like a gift that's within us. It's the same thing with of telekinesis. Like if someone's going to call you and these are abilities that we have within us that we haven't even begun to explore yet. I think that the potential of what we have in us with these types of gifts and these hidden things has only not even 1% even explored. So those things and like having the power of intention, going to a deep meditation and using your mind and manifesting and doing these things, these are not tech things, okay? These are organic things within our genetics that have to do with some kind of a tapping into like an eternal source of energy that exists in the universe. This is my concern. So much of what we need to learn is in the past about regaining that, right? Building these things that connect us to the stars and the universe in raising consciousness. We've forgotten this aspect. We've become so focused on all these other things that we've forgotten about this internal guidance and this game of being blinded by everything outside and not looking within and finding out that that's the greatest thing we can do is like raise ourselves up to become like these gods, right? And all of that is contained in this ancient text and it's within us. But someone can't have those types of experiences with technology. Like if you want to go meditate in like this beautiful natural area with a stream flowing by with the energy of that place, you can't put it on a TV screen and have the same experience as you would in that real place. And I think that's the same thing for anything, is that we have to be careful that if we start adding on all these tech things to our lives, it's going to disconnect us from the spirit in self. The higher self I believe, is going to become disconnected to be replaced by this technological side that tries to mimic it. But I think it's going to ultimately, if we don't harness it in a certain way, we will become lost. We'll almost become like a Borg machine and we'll forget all about this other side of us that is like this connected being of the universe. And so I caution greatly in how far we're going to go with transhumanism to, I think, take away everything that makes us who we are.